engage on your backline.
And it's actually really interesting, right? Because Kaiwing, one of the older players on this team, Delight, when he was a pro, was an incredible Nami player. He was known as, you're not going to move on over here as Control Wards are going to meet in the Banana Brush. For this Dragon, we'll be going over to Junja without too much of...
So instead of risking the game at an early play...
You think they want to kill Honkyu?
Yeah, possibly.
Well, they're going to go for it here as Emperor's Divide will pick him up.
Peanut?
We'll see whether he can get himself out of there, but that is going to be first blood. Going over to Zeka, and that is a great start. I mean, so tempo vibes are not actually something represented by what's going on in the game.
Very important.
Right?
You might think of tempo and like tempo. No, not that.
It's not actually like that. It's just a vibe of who's in the better position. And right now, Peanut not in a great position as Arcane Shift from Doggo getting so many of these Mystic shots down. Viper trying to kite it out, has that Q activated, and he has to flash to move himself out of the area. Battle Dance to save to life, and Doggo snipes down Viper and will be able to answer that first kill.
So Doggo, he's got loads of tempo vibes right now.
Absolutely, there we go. Shockwave going to come through as Honkyu also pretty good at that. He is going to be able to take a turret shot and be okay, but this dive is not over yet. This wave is crashing down, and Peanut and Delight both under full health. And Cataclysm does put Doggo in the cage, but Kaiwing is able to help pick that one up. Is that going to be Feats of Warfare? There it is! As the Orianna collects it now, Zeka finds a triple knockback with the Emperor's Divide, and Viper has made his way back to the fight. Kaiwing will be the first one to go down in this next team fight as Honkyu. No mana and not a lot of a chance to get himself out. But he is going to be able to flash still. Zeka able to pick it up. A double for the Azir, and HLE salvaged the play.
And they were able to get a bunch of kills. Big stacked wave on the top side. A couple of CS going to be lost. They're going to be able to grab all of these grubs in favor of HLE as well. Doggo is in the vicinity, and you've got to be mindful, Peanut. This man is not afraid of anything.
He certainly isn't. They do have a lot of mobility, though, so Battle Dance should be able to get Delight over the wall if he wants to leave the pit. And Driver is now the one that could be in trouble or walking up very, very far. He's Cassante, so he will be able to take a beating, but oh my goodness, Slurkle slows him down. There's the interruption. Great flag and drag from Peanut. And now the all-out does have to be employed. Can Driver do the funny business to get himself out? He uses the flash to try and escape, but he's ran out of options. Does eat that CC very nicely, and oh no! He just gets himself out.
Driver was just proxying between two turrets, and Zeus was like trying to tickle him, but obviously it's Cassante, so that didn't work. And then they tried to kill the Cassante afterwards. Also didn't work as the Drake.
Yeah, Drake gonna get started up here as Zeka finds another two! There is the tidal wave, that comes on through, but Honkyu's already dead. Cataclysm will be avoided, but Doggo, he's out of the fight, he's out of the pit, and there is no hope for Junja this time. It is a steamroll from HLE.
And Zeka no threat. And I really want to highlight what you said earlier, Vedi, about Honkyu. Without flash, there is a Jarvan whose ultimate will force you, maybe even the flag and drag as Zeus.
Yeah, going all out here as the equalizer goes down. It just puts a wall between himself and Driver. There's the knock-up and the punishment to come in. I'll hold it until he's actually dead, and there he does finally go down. Some revenge here as True Shot Barrage not quite correct here to take down Zeus.
Peanut feels very omnipresent right now. It's probably because we just came out of a replay where he was bot lane and now he's top lane. The man is covering exactly where he needs to at just the right times. As Zeka.
Yeah, looking for Honkyu here as the quickness comes in, and Delight will just hold him in position. Emperor's Divide, perfect position, but he's not dead just yet, and Junja is making his way down. HLE, a little bit of a split decision, but Zeka decides he wants to get the kill as there is the turret going down in the top lane at the same time.
And the shutdown will go to Junja, but the bigger story is that while that's happening because of the kill on Driver, top lane has fallen as Doggo.
Yeah, Viper taking so much damage here. That Trinity Force has been finished. The knock-up from downtown as Barrier is trying to keep Viper alive. Meanwhile, here on the bottom side of the map, Junja is in trouble as Zeus is down here as well. That's a great ulti, and Junja is going to be able to keep himself safe.
Oh, that flash prediction.
Two dragons right now. This Herald looks I mean, why do I say it's Of course they will challenge. It's CFO.
Well, they're going to try. We'll see whether they can actually lock down the objective. He's just going to be able to steal it away. Feats of strength come in as well, but there's a great equalizer from Zeus. Cataclysm comes down, and there is the quickness as well for the charm. Junja is immediately going to get punished, and they may not be able to get the eye, but at least they have some cool shoes.
I love that Junja is just exquisite at winding HLE up. He is diving in solo. The fight doesn't go their way, but they steal away the objective once again. And CFO showing their aggression as Doggo.
Another arcane shift forward as Peanut going to get himself out of that. Top of the morning to you, he says. Zeker is going to shift some sands to get himself to safety as well.
Control of an area, it's quite hard. Even though you get the steal here, look at the re-engage that comes through from Hanwha. Zeus might be in trouble.
Yeah, can't watch the replay in this one as Zeus is in so much trouble. Audacious charge comes through. He does flash to get himself out of the way. Wind becomes lightning, goes the wrong direction, but there's the shockwave, and down goes Zeus. Shut down money. Not quite there for the damage. Still waiting for this rumble to come back up again, and right now CFO do have control of the area. 50% on that health bar. Zeker going to need to find a fantastic shuffle if they want to win this fight. Orb does come down. Honku still with no mana in this fight. Great double knock up in the backline, and there is the flag and drag. At the same time, exhaust onto Doggo. He's put in the Cataclysm. Zeker takes down Kaiwing, and HLE have found their marks. Yes, Peanut goes down, but he has done enough for his teammates. As Viper may have stepped too far forward, he does get disengaged with that blast cone, but they will be able to get themselves the dragon. Honku burning, but Zeus will not be able to find that kill, and my goodness, that could have been way worse for CFO.
And that was Delight that set it all up. He went for a flash charm into two-man knock-up onto the backline.
Take out Viper, who heavily committed, thinking he could get the cleanup play, but again, with Doggo's positioning, able to navigate through that fight, but HLE, the good news.
Well, I mean, Doggo is extraordinarily powerful right now. You have a bit of an engage, though, as Zeus in a bit of trouble once again. Equalizer goes down, he's doing a lot of damage. Junja almost just dead, but the all-out holds him in position, and Junja will survive.
Peanut's going to look for an exit kill here.
A little bit of an angle, perhaps, as he does dodge out of the way of that Q, looking for the Xin Zhao here. As you can see, Delight wants to come on over as well. Driver not quite finding the angles onto Peanut here, who will take the consolation Cassante for that 1-for-1. As Viper comes down, and if he gets the kill, that's going to feel a whole lot better here for HLE, and he does. Junja is going to be able to get a ward over the wall here, or at least try and look for it. There it is. The control wall goes down. He gets the bad news.
Too late.
But this Otacon is not long for the world, and Delight will turn up. He will be able to play defense to avoid him getting in here. Down goes the Otacon, and now Driver slowed by the Slurkle. Zeus gets himself in there as the Equalizer comes down. Perfect position once again. The tidal wave comes through. It's a phenomenal shockwave. Honku decides that they want to win the fight, and now it's Junja's turn to go deep. They look for the angle. Zeus goes down. Delight in a safe spot, and HLE, they're just trying to get the heck out of dodge.
They need more, though. Zeker might go down.
Yep, tagged by the Mystic Shot. Emperor's Divide pushes Doggo away, and is he going to survive? He will! Mystic Shot doesn't get the snipe, and Delight will also be safe on the top side. Man, they're not allowed to get away with that.
The problem for CFO is that they've just ignored all their waves. They focused on chasing down the kills. They wanted to try and get more off the back of it, but top lane was getting pushed in, mid lane was getting pushed in, and now HLE can reset back out onto the map.
I regretted saying that as soon as I started.
That does mean, though, we're now 33 flowers to 10, and they will get this mid lane turret. Hanwha Life instead playing for Prio on the Dragon. Zeus obviously has decent
8
wave
seconds
clear.
On that Equalizer, if they
think he
do
wants
want to
to
just
use it, though.
eradicate the wave. You're exactly right. Drake has coming up here, is now HLE in a bit of trouble. Shockwave onto one, but Zeus is no longer here. The scrap shield's good, but Junja just says, nah, get out of town, and he is going to be able to pick up that kill. Equalizer went down beforehand, though, and Junja in a little bit of trouble. He's still going forward. Delight will be able to deny him, but I do love the idea at least. Another Peanut to come through. It's Peanut gets taken down. There is Viper finding a decent amount of damage, but they cannot do anything without their job, and that should be sole point.
Oh my god, the Ezreal ultimate almost got Delight because his back came through at just the right time, but it didn't actually hit.
This is a design. I don't know what is even happening here, but it should be sole point picked up by CFO,
It's going to be. HLE are going to trade back this mid-tier 1. This is something they've been doing very well this game. The cross maps, the trading objectives, they go into Honku.
Yeah, Honku does manage to get the flash out, and now the bubble connects by Kaiwing, but the follow-up, it's just not there. Viper stands in front of his Azir. Now Driver looking for a bit of an angle, but Delight is going to be there for the defense. And man, CFO are just getting so close.
With no jungler, that is CFO going to Infernal Soul Point. And this game, it just continues to deliver. Driver might be in trouble. There are a lot of people on the way.
Exactly. You've got Viper moving down from the north, as you can see, with Peanut alongside. It could also mean an inner turret as well, as Driver does go unstoppable, but Viper does have his teeth in now. Driver gets himself out. But is this inner turret going to be the next target? Looks like the answer is no, as Honku trading on the other side of the rift.
So this is really good news for CFO because now HLE playing a little bit desperate. They sent a lot of members towards the bot side of the map,
Has
committing.
been looking for these flanks. Doggo's obviously a tough target. Powing also still has his flash available.
Yeah, playing some
TP.
defense here as Delight making his way forward. There's the quickness. Delight seeing who he can pick up here as the wall. Sorry, the wave is going to be avoided. Cataclysm puts them both in equalizer. Down on top to barbecue them, and there is the Emperor's Divide to lap up that bottom lane. Now Zeker in trouble though. Will he be able to break the arm guard? He will. He's on 1 health though. After everything's said and done, the ult from Junja is so incredibly good, but Viper is still standing. It's so much damage, and the carries for CFO are down.
It was
They have almost 2,000 gold worth of adaptive force there. Thank you very much to our stats team coming up with that one. So this is still a bit of an advantage for HLE. As Delight's flashing forward, he finds the quickness to lock down Honkyu. Another phenomenal equalizer from Zeus, and the blast cone will not save the Orianna. Battle Dance gets him out of there, and Delight has been so good. Junja now in trouble. If they lose their jungler, they're in so much dire straits, as you said, Chronicler.
Look at the flash timer. It just now became available. Honkyu didn't have it. The timing from Hanwha Live, literally seconds away from what it could have been. And now this should secure the Dragon because they didn't kill Junja. I don't know if they can go for Nash, and you need to be careful that Nash isn't taken.
Oh my god, those slows.
Like HLE found the perfect moment.
Ooh, ships in the night here as the Dragon will be secured. Second one for HLE, denying the soul. As Viper takes half of his health bar from that True Shot barrage, Doggo still hurts.
Needs a little bit more gold injected into him, but he's so wary of HLE forcing things that he wants to be present for the fight, and that fight is about to happen right now.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Look at Junja's positioning.
This is just melting. It's absolutely obscene. Driver goes in there. They're going to see whether they can win the fight because they're not going to take the Baron. The rest of CFO move over, but Driver's going all out, and he needs to get out because that health bar is just missing. Emperor's Divide finds 2 in the back line, and Sayes is there with the flamethrower to take down Honkyu again. Junja will be able to keep himself alive at least, but Peanut takes down Doggo. There are those carries you were talking about, Mal. They're now taking a nap in the river, and there goes the rest of CFO to follow. HLE, they will find their team fight in the end.
Hanwha Live, get the Nash and take the game.
HLE with ruthless efficiency force the Baron, force the fight, win cleanly, and have the Nexus in their eyes.
Exactly. Nexus turret's going to be the next ones to fall down, and we had questions for HLE. Will Zeker be able to tidy up the play? Well, the answer to that is yes. Will Delight find some of his fantastic engages? Yes, and they